Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu's undoing of the Southeast. IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu's undoing of the Southeast. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, stay tuned as I read today's news. Despite his clear lies, deceit and pecuniary goals, it still amazed me how IPOB's Nnamdi Kanu conditioned and played with the heads of his followers. Kanu and his close lieutenants maintained their opulent lifestyles, squandering through contributions from his gullible followers within and outside the country. Even though Nnamdi Kanu had mastered the act of presenting different personalities to different people, it must have become obvious that he is not more than a militant activist, a destroyer of his own people, killing in the name of Biafra, a propagandist, swindler, a shady businessman, and a chaser of imaginative shadows. It is alleged that he was apprehended in Kenya while attempting to collect money from unarmed sources. What an avaricious and self-centered person, a so-called leader who cannot entrust any of his lieutenants to carry out said transaction on his behalf. He perfectly fit into the code. Greed makes a man blind and foolish, as well as an easy prey to death. Among his serious claims were that Buhari was cloned, that he would lead a delegation to the 74th United Nations General Assembly, the false report that he attended his parents' burials in Isiama Afara Uku, Umaya North local government area of Abia State. One would expect that in their usual manner, a series of photo and video evidence would have been released to prove that he beat the Nigerian government machinery, but none to date. He repeatedly told his followers he'd crushed government and in days Abuja will be destroyed, almost like one with powers of a mighty God. Through such imaginative conjectures, he keeps the attention of a misguided few. That is how he gets them to believe he spiritually was present in Nigeria despite being a fugitive. In addition, moments after the death of Abba Kyari, late chief of staff to the president, Kanu claimed that Kyari had died 2 weeks earlier and his body had been cremated in Cuba. Does anyone recognize the abnormality this Nnamdi Kanu is characterized with? The eventual death, transfer of body and burial of Kyari on 17th and 18th April 2022 was conducted and broadcast without any reasonable doubt, shutting up miscreants like him. For purely personal and pecuniary reasons, Kanu has hidden under the cover of political activism to be the greatest scammer in Igbo land, exploiting his prowess to scam and cause confusion while ignoring the adverse devastating effect on the good people of the East. Nnamdi Kanu's posturings over time has proven that he only speaks for his personal enrichment and not for Biafra. This is more so that Kanu, without any identified profession, a shop, company, or any enterprise, is worth about a reported $15 million and owns a house in UK. What is even more saddening is that Southeast Nigeria owns a peaceful region characterized with a remarkable growth index is now a slaughterhouse that investors run away from. Due to IPOB's destructive agitation, just like their ally, Ambazonian Defense Forces (ADF) claimed to be non-violent, and few years down the line began stockpiling arms and engaging in violent activities. Kanu had his strategy all mapped out. First, he began guerrilla training of members of IPOB, then floated the Eastern Security Network (ESN), stockpiled and manufactured arms, as he openly stated that we, IPOB, don't buy arms, we manufacture locally. To create further chaos, he took advantage of others' migration to the south and the post-traumatic effect of the EndSARS crisis on the Nigerian police, and amplified the situation to escalate violence in the southeast. This is no way the modus operandi of a non-violent group. He intentionally pushed forward his secessionist agenda and resorted to full-blown violence, brainwashed gullible citizens, and even blackmailed and called for the maiming of security agencies in the country. While Nnamdi Kanu, without any notable investment, lived an ostentatious lifestyle, yet is resolute on destroying the long-thriving business empires in the zone. In the attempt to sustain his psychotic theatrics, he deliberately refuses to change his counterfeit signature Fendi despite warnings by the presiding judge. In a bid to keep up with the expensive but fraudulent image, some even stated that to sustain this fallacious drama, on some days he just refuses to see his lawyers on the grounds of wanting to be represented by legal counsels of higher societal status. His lawyers have no idea that he had been desirous of switching them for others he feels more befitting of him. Without a doubt, Nnamdi Kanu is no more than a fraudster with a proven reputation of exploiting lies to build himself from insignificance. It is also instructive for